Today is a monumental day on the Camino. Well, technically it might have been the day before yesterday as well. One of the mind games the Camino plays on you is the distance markers. I swear I've walked past 3 that have said I've gone past the halfway mark to Santiago. By my calculations, 2 days ago I passed the halfway mark. Today, however, the Camino told me I walked through the geographical midpoint of the Camino, symbolised by 2 really cool statues. One of Alfonso VI the Brave. I now know I've definitely walked more than halfway, and in crossing the geographical midpoint, I've mentally overcome a major barrier. Steps in front of me than there are behind. There was another nice surprise as I came into the town. And as I've said before on my episodes, how big a fan I am of the way. There was a fantastic mural of all the characters in different scenes from the way, which sort of inspired me to keep going. The other great reward was that at this point there is a little known halfway Compostela that you can pick up. It is in Spanish, so the translation says, "Know how many see this pilgrim letter, as has passed through the Leonese lands of Chagon, centre geographical of the French Camino de Santiago, and as stated in the Codex Calitheris, lavish in all kinds of goods, where the meadow is located, in which it is said once the shining antlers that the victorious warriors had driven into the ground for the glory of the Mister, and who, as he testifies, has found rest for the fatigues of the body and relief for the souls. The residents of this noble town encourage you to continue on his way and arrive safely at the house of the Mr. Santiago, where we hope you have the memory of those of us who welcomed you, and for the record, it can be exhibited to whoever it is. Signed, this in Chagon on May the 30th. I'll give more accurate directions on how to get this a little bit later in this video. The albergue for tonight is very funky. It has some really interesting decor and some really cool music. The food was fantastic. I have this moment of dread when I get into my albergue. It's whether or not I'm going to get a bed on the top or bottom bunk. The top doesn't sound like much of a difference, but when you've walked as far as I have, it makes a huge amount. Physically, I'm holding up well, aside from a pinched nerve in my back. I think I need to work out how to pack my backpack properly. I was pretty quiet today, but I did run into a few of my Camino familia. I ran into my mate from Utah. He keeps calling me the wrong name, but that's okay. And I ran into my Spanish mate who was with a group of friends who they had a rather excited time at our albergue, chanting some, I think, were soccer chants. And the one other thing that I did see of real interest was possibly the biggest bug I have ever seen in my life. Today I took 29,983 paces. I climbed 5 stories and walked 20.3 kilometres. My albergue was a really good albergue. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It cost 17 euros. Had a fantastic bar, restaurant area to chill out. I really enjoyed the stay. So this is one thing that a lot of pilgrims do miss out on, and it's a bit confusing about where to get the halfway Compostela from. It is in a church in Chagon called Santiago de la Virgen Peregrina. You go in, it takes only a couple of minutes, and it does cost, I can't remember, I think it was 3 to 5 euros, somewhere in that vicinity. It's a beautiful church to explore, but it is just slightly off the real Camino, so you've got to walk a little bit. We were told it was at the library. It's not at the library, and there's not an office. It's actually in the church. So there you go.